Alright, what's up, boys? So, I got you some tips and tricks and some smokes and flashes and stuff on Mirage, so you guys can help me win. So, we're gonna start off on T side. You know, we got the basic stuff. Oh, also, I'm a 128 tick, so this is for face it mostly. But most of them you can use for 64 tick, which is matchmaking. So, top mid smoke, obviously. Some people throw it there, but I like this one. And that'll land right here, so that way when you're crossing over to mid, cat can kind of see you, but pretty much get to across pretty safely unless somebody peeks con. And then the smoke window, I definitely had to practice a little bit when I was first learning, but you basically get up in this corner, aim somewhere around here, and then you hold D, like go to the right, and you jump throw. And then it'll go window. And if you don't have a jump throw bind, just let me know, and I can show you how to do it. Okay, so there you go. Nice, perfect, fast window smoke. Another mid smoke you can throw is here. You just get in this corner, and you can jump through right here, I believe, aiming at that dot. But I think this, I don't really throw this because I'm pretty sure it gives them a little bit of a one-way connector. So yeah, it basically gives them a one-way, so I wouldn't recommend throwing that. You can throw a top con smoke if you get in this corner. And then you aim right here, and you jump throw. And hopefully that'll land. So it takes a second. As you can see, it smokes off top con, so what you would do is you could flash, you can molly, boom, take it, now you have connector for free. Well, not free, but you know, you have connector, nice and easy. Some more smokes, so if you're here and you want to re-smoke window, you just kind of aim, I aim a little above this right here, and then you just run through. It's literally the same lineup for a molly as well, lands in the same area. If you want to smoke cat, you get in the left side right here, and you just aim at the tip of this. And I'll smoke off cat perfectly. Just, you know, throw a flash. If you want a pop flash connector, you can aim around here. And that'll pop flash connector. Bada bing, bada boom. As you can see, the cat smoke lands right here. Anything else from here? I think that's it for mid takes that I have. There's a smoke you can learn like here, and I don't know. You aim somewhere over here, but it's tricky, and that smokes off top con. But I just prefer to throw this one because this one's kind of hard to line up. Okay, so let's go to the A smokes. So these are the basics. There's multiple ways to smoke CT. You can come here, aim a little bit. I aim a little bit to the right of that line, jump through. You can come here, basically do the same thing. Should land in similar places, not exactly, but yeah, basically does the same job. Stair smoke, nice and easy, right there. Jungle, right here. Bada bing. And then there's also smoke where you can jump through right there. Let's see if that lands. That smoke stop con. There's another one you can do that lands here, but I don't know the lineup. So there you go. There's no smokes for you. Here's a good pop flash is what I like to throw. You just basically get up against this door. I just line myself up with here, and you throw like a foot above this lantern. Pop flashes, and basically it lands right above here. So what it does is it doesn't blind your teammates when they're coming out and entering, but if somebody's looking at a main, boom, they get blinded. So there's a couple tricks for you. Also, here's a nice little one-way you can use. Line up right here in a main. Aim at this corner, and then you're going to hold shift and walk forward and throw. Just like that. Basically, this gives you a nice little one-way. You can kind of hop up here. A little bit of one-way. It's not perfect, but usually you can get at least one. Nobody really thinks, especially if you throw a flash over or something like that. If you're stuck in this corner, there's a bunch of smokes you can throw from here. If your smokes fade, so if you just get in this corner and you throw it right there, that's for CT, perfect CT smoke. Or you can also aim about here and jump throw. And then if you get up here, you can aim at the bottom of this dot. Boom. And that's your A execute smokes, except from Tetris. And this smoke isn't perfect, but that's kind of hard to do, so just be careful about that. And then you can also stand right here and aim where this log goes in the middle. And that'll smoke off this area right here. So there's some cool smokes for you. If you're in Palace, obviously it's kind of hard right there. You know, there's somebody's probably watching. So if you get up on this dot right here, you know, close enough. I just learned this today. So you see this white dot right here? You aim to the left of that, crouch, and then left click. Or just normal throw it. And this provides you a little bit of a one-way on default. So if somebody's hiding default right here, you'll be able to see them. They can't really see you. I mean, it's a little obvious that somebody's going to be lurking at the smoke, so they might spray it and get you, but that's tough. For CT side A, there's a bunch of different smokes. So if you're just coming out of spawn, I just line myself up right here in between them. Those two things. Perfect A main smoke. Or you could get up in this corner if you want to do it slower, and I believe you aim below that pillar, but on the box. No, that was horrible. Aim below that one. Yeah, so in the general same area, but you can just throw it from here. But I prefer this one because it's a little quicker. Just aim right there in that general direction. If you're aim main, you want to smoke Palace, you can kind of get up in this area, aim at the top of the A, and then running jump throw. And that'll land in Palace. But it does kind of expose you to A main, so make sure nobody's out Tetris watching you. Oh, if you're on A and you want to support mid, flash over mid, over here, do that hole. That'll flash top mid, kinda. If you're stuck ticket and you want a one-way, if they're executing A, you can kind of get in this corner, aim at this corner right here, right click, and you just jump up in the smoke on top of ticket, and it provides a decent one-way. You can get usually one or two guys. Nobody's really looking up here. That's kind of hard to see you. Additionally, you could just throw a kind of smoke in front of you and kind of try to play around that, you know, try to peek sandwich, peek default, bada bing. If you want to try to, if you're smoked off and you want to try to spam the default plant, you basically get in this corner. It's kind of like where this line is, up to the here, and I'm crouching. And as you can see, it kind of comes to default, so that's kind of the general area you want to aim. If you're stuck in firebox, you can throw a flash under here, somewhere in this area, and that'll come out here. That's pretty tricky though. I've never pulled it off in a match, but it's possible. And then if you have an op, there's a hole right here where you can watch the entrance to the jungle. So if somebody comes out jungle and you're hiding firebox, they can see you, but obviously it's kind of hard. Nobody's really peeking that. So it doesn't give you much vision, but if you know their jungle, I like to watch that. If you're CT and you're going to con, what I like to do is I just throw, you know, a molly in this direction, it'll bounce off the wall, throw a flash my way, and then you can throw that one way, just throw it off there and bounce, or you could throw it in one of the corners. Allows you to get up. So each one, oh, well, no, I threw too many smokes, but each one kind of covers off a different area. I just throw the middle one, because then it allows me to come over here, and then I can also, so if I see nobody's out mid or I can't help, and somebody says there's one underpass, it's also a one-way for underpass, because nobody can really see you. So it's still hard to see you. Nobody's really peeking out if they see the smoke. So I think that's it for A that I have. Oh yeah, if you want a molly under scaffolding, if you're in Palace, you just come here, kind of aim in this area, and that'll bounce to the hole. I think you could also aim right here, and I'll do the same thing. And you can also throw flashes underneath if you want to support your team. But depending on when you throw it, it'll only blind like default or triple, you know, it kind of gets covered up. So it's not the best flashes, but they help because they won't really blind your teams coming out A main. And if you're stuck under here as a CT and you want to flash A main, you kind of aim, you see these two dots right here, aim to the right and just jump throw. That's a nice pop flash. Bada bing. Okay, so I think that's it for A that I remember. One ways for CT window. Obviously, this is the most common one. You run up against this thing, get stuck right there. Bottom of this dot, left click throw. This provides you one way on the right side. And then another one I've been doing recently is you just get up in this corner. Actually, sorry. You get up against the table, aim at the hammer, It's not the best, but this provides a little, as you can see, a little hole on the left side. So it's a little bit bigger than the normal one-way, but it's less expected on this side. So what I like to do is if the T side smokes, does the smoke that I showed earlier for window, then I let it, you know, after a couple seconds I throw this one. So after their smoke fades, it looks like the window's still smoked, but they don't know that there's a gap. So it kind of can catch people off guard sometimes. Okay, so if we're going to B, oh, nice, James moment. So obviously just normal molly it at the start. You can throw a pop flash around here, right into the window. Oh, I missed. So that just throws her right into the entrance of apps. You can pop flash them. This one's a little easier. You just aim at this lantern, I believe, the lamp. Pop flash, but obviously if you're standing here, you're kind of in the open. So I want to do that if you're by yourself. If you're also coming out and you come up against this trash can and you aim right here at the bottom of the shadow, just regular left click throw. Perfect smoke for apps. If you want to play jail, you can kind of, when you see the rushing, kind of smoke right here, play around the smoke. They jump in front of van, you can kind of see right here. And they gotta come around the site to come and fight you, but they kind of know where you are if you do that. What I like to do a lot is play this position. You just hide right here. You have a rifle. And just hold this headshot angle. Because usually they're looking at sight. Guaranteed free kill. What you can also do is if you want to play aggressive. So you molly it at the start. You jump up through van. See nobody's there. What I do is you just get in this corner. I don't know how to describe it, but you see there's like a little line right there where the texture's messed up. You just aim right here. Right click throw. I could throw a flash. But what this is this gives you one way. You just come in. You go to the left and you jump up on top of the boxes. And this gives you a little one way. I get a lot of free picks like this. If somebody's in here, nobody's really expecting that. As you can see, it's very hard to see somebody in the smoke. And what you're doing is you're just walking up here and jumping up on top of this inside the smoke. So it takes a little bit of practice. But it's usually good for a lot of free kills. And then obviously if you don't see anybody, you know B apps is basically clear. So you can see all the way down here. So that's some good stuff. If you want to execute B, we got B execute smokes. So this is the most common one. You just get in this corner, aim at this corner, jump throw. And that's for market window. That's the easiest and most common one. Everybody knows that. But the problem is that's just one smoke, so it's not going to help a lot. You can also, from the same spot, you can left click throw at this corner, and that'll smoke cat, or you could do it right here. I like this one better because obviously if my teammate's right there, I can't stand there. So you just get on top of this trash, get up against that wood, so you're stuck, aim at this triangle to the left area of that triangle, and left click throw. They both land right here. So obviously, if somebody's pillar or in this corner, it doesn't help out. But if the cat, it definitely cuts off the cat rotate. So it helps a little bit. And then if you want to smoke off a door, you can get up on this trash. Basically, just run up, get stuck. You see this shadow line right here? You just aim in the middle, the bottom one, and then jump throw. If I did that right, it should land perfectly in the doorway. Those are the three main smokes that I know of to execute B. You can also just stand right here against this log and just throw a left click, throw a smoke right here. That kind of smokes off jail. So that's good, but the problem is that the CTs can also play behind it a little bit. So if these bench or jail, you know, it's pretty good. He doesn't have to worry about this. He just can hold this angle and kill you. So it's not the best smoke, because the CT can play around it, so I usually don't throw it. You can just throw some flashes from the same position. Throw some flashes over. If you're rushing, this is the flash I like to throw. So you're rushing, you're coming, boom, get the flash out, bang it against this wall, and that's kind of like a pop flash out. It's pretty easy to mess up if you don't practice. So you gotta come at a tight angle, tight to this pillar, right? So you can't just run like normal and throw it off there, because obviously you're just gonna blind your teammates. So you gotta come to the left a little bit. Throw the pop flash. Also just on the throw a pop flash like that. A really good one is while you're rushing, throw it into the site. Because what does that do? As you can see, it'll blind cat, it'll blind bench. If somebody's standing, you know, right here, it'll blind them. So it's really good to throw, while you're coming out, throw additional flashes. So a lot of times what happens when you're coming B, and A for that matter, you just throw flashes over, and then it's like, alright, boom, 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 now I'm out. Obviously they're not going to be blind anymore. So when you're throwing flashes, you want to be throwing a lot constantly, layering the flashes, so that way you have a good chance of keeping somebody blind. And, oh, if you're just a quick last thing, if you're playing cat, what I like to do is, if you know they're out top mid and your window guy's smoked off and he needs help, you smoke that cat and you can molly underpass. So that way somebody can't come and get you bench. And what you can kind of do is play around this, make sure that there's not a gap. Kind of watch chair, bada bing. And you can also jump on top if you're feeling risky and see if anybody's behind the boxes or top mid. But obviously that's pretty risky. But that is something you can do. And, yeah, I think that's it. That's all I remember. If I come up with any more, I'll make a recording for you. But yeah, hopefully this helps. If you have any questions, just let me know.